Welcome back. Let's draw together. Today we are looking at a drawing that I did based off of John, the book of John, chapter 1, verse 5. It reads, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." This verse is a deeper one, and I want to specifically draw you in if you are feeling depressed or lonely or however the darkness looks for you. This verse specifically, what I like about it is that it does not pretend that darkness doesn't exist. It doesn't minimize pain or dismiss struggle. It acknowledges what many of us know deeply, that darkness is real. For some, like I said, darkness looks like depression. For others, it looks like anxiety, grief, loneliness, disappointment, or the feeling of being stuck. And for some, it's the quiet exhaustion of trying to hold everything together while feeling empty inside. And for others, it is all of those or bits and pieces of some of those. Now, whether you're someone who has followed Jesus for years or someone who isn't sure what you believe at all, this verse meets us in the same place, the middle of the darkness. Darkness is real, but it is not all-powerful. John doesn't say the darkness disappears instantly. He says it is not able to overcome the light. Now that matters because darkness often feels powerful. Depression tells us lies about who we are, what we're worth, and whether things will ever change. It can convince believers that God is far away and convince unbelievers that hope is unrealistic. But light has a unique ability. It doesn't argue with darkness. It simply shows up, and darkness begins to lose its grip. So who is the light? John is speaking about Jesus, not just as a religious idea or historical figure, but as light itself. Jesus stepped into human pain. He experienced sorrow, loss, betrayal, and loneliness. That means the light understands the dark. He doesn't stand outside the suffering telling us to do better. He steps into it with us. For believers, this is a reminder your faith doesn't make you immune to darkness, but it gives you access to the light. For those who aren't sure what they believe, and this might be you, this offers a possibility. You don't have to face the darkness alone. So, what does it mean to move toward the light? Working through depression doesn't always mean feeling better right away, as we know. Sometimes it simply means choosing not to shut the light out. It can be, unfortunately, really easy to just get deeper and deeper and deeper into that pit of darkness, but we need to remember we need to move toward the light. And what can that look like? Being honest instead of pretending you're fine is one way. Reaching out instead of withdrawing. Allowing hope to exist, even if it feels fragile. Admitting that carrying everything alone isn't working. It's okay to do that. Jesus never asked people to clean themselves up before coming to him. He invited them as they were. Okay, the darkness has not won. John 1:5 doesn't say darkness tried and failed once. It tells us something ongoing. The light keeps shining. That means your struggle is not your identity, your depression is not your destiny, and your story is not finished. And whether you believe strongly, believe weakly, as in WEAKLY, or aren't sure you believe at all, the light is still shining toward you. So if you already believe, let this be a moment to lean back into the light, to stop carrying what God never asked you to carry alone. And if you don't believe, if you're unsure, this is not a moment of pressure, it's simply an invitation. You don't need all the answers, you don't need perfect faith, you only need openness. You can begin with a quiet prayer, even if you're unsure who you're praying to. God, if you are real, I need your light, please show me, Put your faith in Jesus, because he is the light, okay? And the darkness will never overcome it. The promise remains for every heart here. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and drawing with me. I hope that you have a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Love you. Bye.